Hello and welcome to this first lecture of the new section on continuous feedback in performance management in this course, Agile HR. So in this section, we will help you learn how to shift to continuous feedback in performance management. And that is what we will start talking about from this lecture. So, shifting to continuous feedback in performance management requires you to do two things. One, you need to take away or move away from the annual performance reviews. Implement continuous feedback loops where managers and employees meet regularly to discuss progress, goals, and performance. Replace the rigid annual appraisal with real-time feedback. And second thing you need to do is to encourage goal setting in short cycles, allowing for frequent reviews and adjustments. The goals should be aligned with both individual and business objectives, and they should be flexible enough to evolve based on the changing business needs. The question that remains is how do you move away from annual reviews? Right. So, how do you move away from annual reviews? Let's take a look at that. So, moving away from annual reviews and implementing continuous feedback loop is a shift towards uh, more agile, dynamic performance management approach, and this promotes regular communication between employees and managers, and that encourages growth, learning, and real-time development. Now, how can you implement such a continuous feedback effectively? Let's take a look at things that you can do. First, redefine the purpose of the feedback, the performance review feedback. Shift the focus from evaluating the past to focus on growth, right? And so it is not about evaluating the past performance, then to develop the future potential. The goal should be to help employees improve continuously rather than simply rate them once a year. Also, you need to create a culture of feedback, encourage feedback from all levels, peer to peer, employee to manager, and manager to employee. This normalizes the feedback as a development tool rather than a performance assessment because not only your manager but everyone else around you in 360 feedback is telling you in a consolidated way. Uh, do the frequent check-ins, set up regular one-to-one meetings where you have, with employees weekly or bi-weekly, a structured check-in. And these conversations should be short, focused on recent performance, and geared towards ongoing goals or areas of development. And encourage employees and managers to provide feedback immediately after the key events, the spirit of real-time feedback. Uh, and this will allow for timely adjustment and learning. Use technology to support feedback. There are platforms that you can use, leverage tools like 15.5, Lattice, or Better Work, which facilitate continuous feedback on goal tracking. And these platforms make it easy to receive and give feedback, track goals, and set up regular check ins. Allow employees to request and give feedback using mobile apps to make the process seamless and accessible. Set clear short-term goals, agile goal setting, move from annual goals to short-term dynamic goals, and these goals should be revisited and revised during regular check-ins. And this will encourage flexibility and adaptability in employees' focus area. To set clear and short-term goals, use OKR, objectives in key result areas framework, where objectives are broken down into key results and tasks, and the progress is reviewed regularly. Train managers in giving effective feedback in a constructive and balanced way. Managers should be trained to give feedback that is actionable, specific, and balanced. Balance in the sense of highlighting both strengths and areas of improvement. Encourage managers to adopt a coaching role, a coaching mindset rather than simply a supervisory one. And how this can be done is by asking open-ended questions, guiding employee towards solutions, and supporting their development. So train your managers on giving effective feedback to support continuous performance reviews or feedback. Encourage peer-to-peer feedback. Implement a 360 feedback where employees receive input from peers, subordinates, and managers, and this provides a more holistic view of the performance. Foster a culture where colleagues regularly give and request feedback, and this breaks down the hierarchy and democratizes the feedback process. So encourage peer-to-peer feedback. Integrate feedback into daily workflow. On-the-job feedback. Encourage managers to give feedback during day-to-day interactions rather than waiting for formal meetings. And this could be as simple as commenting on a task or suggesting improvements on the go. Create specific opportunities for feedback after key events on project completion, presentations, or team collaborations. So the feedback should be integrated into daily workflows. Measure and iterate the process. Measure how employees feel about the new continuous feedback process. Are they finding it valuable? What could be improved? And based on the feedback and results, iterate on the process to ensure it meets both employee and the organizational needs. Reinforce the continuous feedback system with recognition programs that celebrate employee progress and achievements. This can be informal shout outs or formal recognitions during team meetings. Tie feedback and personal growth to incentives where monetary bonuses, career development, and opportunities are linked to the performance based on the ongoing reviews, and the increased responsibility as well as are given. So by adopting continuous feedback loops, organizations like yours can foster a more engaged, agile, and growth-oriented workforce. This approach promotes ongoing learning, faster course correction, and a stronger connection between individual performance and organizational goals. So what do we do next? So in the next one, we will look at the second part of how shift the process of shifting to continuous feedback and performance management of encouraging goal setting in short cycles. Thank you so much for watching this first lecture on continuous feedback and performance management. I hope you are continuing to learn new things, continuing to enjoy, and I do look forward to see you again in the next lecture. Please feel free to message me if you have any questions. I'll be happy to answer your questions, and do download the PDF file to take a look at anything that you need to.